How you guys doing today? So it's another episode of Hoop2Hoop. Today I got Samson with me. Samson, tell me a bit about yourself.
Yeah, firstly, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm Samson Noha, 18 years old, currently in America, go to high school, about to be a senior in America. I left England when I was 15 to come to America, and I'm currently committed to go to Duke University to play American football. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Something you may have not known, is that me and Samson played together in back in Youngbloods basketball. You and Youngbloods. I'm telling you, Samson used to bully these little kids. Like, as in, me and Samson, during that time when I was 16 or under 16s, I was like, 5'4", little, and Samson was just the biggest kid on the court. As in, like, you just giving the ball, the guys just bullying other kids, and you think, wow, like, that's just crazy. But yeah, so Samson used to play with me back in Youngbloods, and right now you're playing just American football, no more basketball.
No, I played basketball last year. I played I played during the fall.
Yeah.
I played with the team. Then in the winter, I played with my basketball team, my high school team, and then in the spring I did track and field. So like I was playing sports, like
everything.
Yeah, I was doing sports the whole year.
But isn't that too? Do you find that too physically demanding? Like, because I understand that with American football, it's a lot of strength, depending on what position you're playing. But basketball's a lot more.
Yeah, it definitely like wore down on me. Definitely like in the basketball season, like I definitely lost a lot of weight, and like you're playing like multiple games a week against different high schools, and you have practice every day. So it definitely like did like wear on my body, especially after playing football for like a couple months. But like I enjoyed it. Like I've always loved playing basketball. It's like what's gotten me to the position I'm in. So it's like something that like I wasn't just gonna like stop doing. Like
something you're always gonna have there no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then like with track and field, again, that was something I did here. So like it was nothing new to me. I was again, I just like love competing. So like that was a big thing for me. So like the way it would work, like you can like spend like a whole like, let's say like winter like just doing like strength condition, just lifting, but like that would be boring to me. I'd rather like compete and play.
But sorry, I don't know what do you do for track and field? Like
I do short put and discus.
Okay, but you're not like actually.
Yeah, I'm not like sprinting or anything.
Yeah, I don't know why in the back of my mind I thought you'd be doing. Something.
I wanted to like 100 meters, but they said like Samson, like you will like destroy your body if like like they said I just shouldn't do it. So
do you have any like injuries from it or anything like that? Like from playing sports right now, do you have any like anything?
Nah, nothing too crazy. Again, maybe just like bruises and stuff from playing, but like nothing too crazy.
Okay, yeah, all right. Anyways, I have quite a few questions that I rounded up from some of your supporters, and I'm just gonna hit you with some of them. So the first one is, like, they want to know about the early stages of your basketball career and what initially drew you to basketball.
So like probably like everyone else here, I played like football. Okay, I'm gonna say American football and football because in America, like I have to say soccer for the sake of like my own sanity
understanding, because does everyone get onto you? Everyone's always constantly telling you, it's soccer, all of this.
Yeah, and I can't talk to every person, have an argument about what's soccer and what's football. Is not worth my time.
It's draining. Yeah.
So I have just accepted calling it soccer over here, but I'm gonna call it football here, then American football. So like I grew up playing football. Probably like most people would here. It's the main sport. But like in primary school, I did get like a growth spurt, probably between like year 2 and like year 4, year 5.
And you grew. When you said growth spurt, how tall was a growth spurt? Like,
bro, it was a couple inches. I've seen the pictures, and I'm like 6 inches like taller than like everyone else like in my class. So it kind of became a thing where my teacher at the time in my primary school was like, Samson, you have to give basketball a try. So that's when I gave it a try, and like I played like the London Youth Games and stuff like that. I played for like my primary school. we went to like competing, and I just found it fun. I was taller than everyone else, so it's easier.
It's an advantage.
It's a lower rim. The rim's like 8 feet tall, so it's like, oh, I just like put it in. It's mad easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I got like really started into basketball. I played for like my local team, like Bad Thunder.
I forgot you played Bad Thunder first.
Yeah, like under 12s. I played with them. We played like young bloods and stuff like that. So maybe after a year or two, that's when I came to young bloods. Actually, no, I went to RDF before.
Yeah, because I was in your area.
Yeah.
So what initially made you like go to Bad Thunder if you were living within East London?
I mean, I live in Dagenham, and like it was like close by. I was in like Barking. That's like where like we had like most of like practices and stuff. So like it wasn't too far. Like my parents just drove me, and it was just the first like team I'd heard at the time. I was just trying to get into basketball, so it's like, okay, it's the closest one, and I just start playing and see if it's something I'm really interested in. So that's what like really got me started into it.
And then you wanted to join the winning team, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I went to RDF for like a year or two, and I played like a season or two there, and that was really fun. That was really good. Like they really did help me like build like discipline and like knowing what it takes to really like get to where I wanted to get to.
Then
because at the time like it was so early to me. I just wanted to like become like the best I could, so that was the focus at the time. But yeah, they definitely helped. But then I came to young bloods, and it felt like a different level of competition. We're like playing like good teams at the time, and it was definitely fun.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the amount of teams you transition from, because I only just played young bloods my whole life.
Yeah.
So from you jumping from one side of Bad Thunder all the way up in Lewisham to moving over to RDF and all these different things, like it must have been enjoyable. Like you probably made a lot of friends and a lot of teammates from all of it.
Yeah, I definitely made a lot of teammates and people, and like just from playing basketball. Just the amount of people you like meet just playing against each other and like practicing with these people, like maybe once or twice a week. You definitely make like close connections.
Okay, no worries. Another question now is, what were some of the biggest achievements in basketball before you decided to switch to American football?
It would definitely be like representing my country. And like
you played GB, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I played GB at the under 16 level. We went to, I believe it was like Sofia, Bulgaria. We went there, we competed. I think this was like 2 summers ago. That was super fun. I like captained the team and stuff. So like it was a great experience. It was like really fun. You're like with these guys for like a week or two, and like I know British basketball like is definitely like becoming a bigger thing. Even like in America, like when I speak to like coaches and stuff, they're like,
all these other things.
How's like the basketball over in Britain? I'm like, is really good, but like a lot of the best players are looking to come to America to like really like pursue the sport and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd say definitely like playing for GB was my biggest achievement. But even like just playing for young bloods, like winning games. I went to the Aspire tournament and we won that. That was fun. But I'd definitely say GB. Yeah, you're playing against like some of the best players in Europe, and like
the fact of being able to just travel with your team from the UK and like I understand.
Yeah, it's kind of like you then start to like realize the levels of the sport,
all the sport, and how far it can really take you.
Yeah.
Okay, but now I've got the biggest question for you, and the one that has come up so frequently. What prompted you to make the switch from basketball to American football? Like, was there a specific moment or influence that led to this decision?
Yeah. So I like repeated a year. So like I'm in like the grade below I'm supposed to be in. So I just reclassed. So like I came in my freshman year. I was at like the Kiski school in Pennsylvania.
So you left here at what age and then?
I was 15. So I was in year 10. So like just before I was about to go into year 11, I left to go to America. I just kept begging my parents. I was like, I really want to go. And like it's something I really wanted to do. So I went to the Kiski school and I played basketball there. It was tough because it was like, it's a boarding school, 7-day boarding. So like it's in the middle of nowhere in like super Pennsylvania. Strict. It's not even like super strict. You're just like in the middle of nowhere.
Okay,
it's like a proper boarding school. And you're with postgrads, which are like 19, like 20-year-olds. And I'm just there as like a 15-year-old. And it's such a big change for me. especially coming as a 15-year-old and you're with all these older guys and just
Especially from like a UK primary school.
Yeah.
That's just so
yeah. But even
Just
just
secondary school, sorry.
yeah, my secondary school, it was just such a big difference for me. But I was playing basketball there, and it was like difficult at first for sure, because like I'm a 15-year-old and there's like 19-year-olds on the team. Like I wasn't gonna get playing time, so like that was difficult for me to like understand first, from like playing a lot here at like young bloods and like the national level, to like going to America and you realize you're gonna have to like wait your turn, and it's just very different. And like you begin to like realize the levels that there is in America. Like it's different over there. That they take basketball very seriously. Like some like athletic like specimens over there, and you like realize like this is no joke.
This is not
it's no joke. So like I had loads of people that like my freshman year told me, Samson, you have to give football a try. Like people just like look at my like physique and say,
tell you straight
you have to give it a try. But like I just like pushed it to the side. I was like, nah, like like the concussions, the injuries, stuff like
basketball
that.
Type thing, yeah.
And like I really wanted to pursue basketball. That was the reason I came to America, was to play basketball. So like I ignored it all at first my freshman year. I just like pushed it to the side and I just kept focusing on basketball. But like the end of the year, I spoke to my parents and my family, and we decided, I'm gonna like transfer and I'm gonna leave the Kiski school to go somewhere else. So like I was playing AAU in the summer, and I met one of my friends, Isaiah. We were playing on the same team, and he goes to school where I go to right now, Belmont Hill in Boston. And he was like, yo, like I can speak to my coach and try like
see what he can hook you up with.
Yeah, see what he can do. So that's kind of how I got into Belmont Hill, because I also have an aunt that lives in
over there in Boston.
Yeah, in Boston.
Okay,
so I knew that would help as well. So Belmont Hill was like a 5-day boarding. On the weekends I stayed with my aunt. So like it was gonna work out perfectly, and I like luckily got in, because it's difficult to get into the school now. It's like all the private schools in Boston, it's really difficult to get into. But yeah, I got in, and like that was a blessing in itself. But like the first week, I'm just like walking around school, and I'm walking around like the athletic department, and the football coach comes up to me and was like, who are you? Because I'm brand new.
And by that time, did you still have the UK accent? Because like I know everyone right now that's watching is probably thinking like, yeah, you've been there for what, 3 years, and you already picked up an accent.
Yeah.
So when you first got there, when you spoke to him, was it like, okay, from the jump he knew you was from the UK, or was it like?
Yeah. Even now, even with this accent, people say I sound American, but like over there in America, I was like, oh my, like I start speaking to a brand new person, like, where you have an accent, and like they start naming different accents, like, oh, are you Australian? Are you British?
Yeah,
like, I'm British. And then you go down a slippery slope. When they find out I'm British, they're like, oh, do you know the Queen? Can you start saying like a bunch of stuff? Can you say a bottle of water? Can you try an American accent? It's like 5 minutes are just gone of people asking questions about Britain and England. Like they're fascinated about it over there. It's like crazy to me. But yeah, when I spoke to him, he was like, oh, you're British. And he's like, he was a football coach, this person I met the first week. And he was like, have you given football a try? And I was like, no, I haven't given it a try. And he was like, you're going to give it a try. So I was like...
It's like he just straight up said to you, you're going to give it a try.
Yeah. And after like my first year playing basketball, I just realized like I might as well just give it a try. I'm about to be a sophomore. So I give it a try, and like it was just so different to me. But like I enjoyed it. It was like a different challenge for me. And like my teammate Tommy, we're both going to Duke together to play in college. He like really helped me. Like we played the same position. We play like defensive end.
So you guys just always talk about different things you can improve together.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. And like he was like kind of like well recruited as for like a sophomore at the time. So like he knew a lot of stuff, and like he really helped me, and the coaches really helped me. They like really saw potential in me, and that's what really helped. But yeah, my sophomore year I was just giving it a try. I was like, I'll see what happens. And I'm playing, and I have no clue what's happening. Like I have no clue what's happening. We're in like meetings, and I'm just looking at like the screen of like all the plays. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Because in my head, the way I see football is find the nearest man and just smash him in.
Yeah,
that's just the way I see American football.
That's what I thought it was at first, but like I like quickly learned the game, and that's what they said like really helped me. I was able to learn and pick up stuff. But yeah, my sophomore year, like it really helped, because like I was making mistakes all over the place. But like the coaches and like the players, they were like, they understood that I was like brand new to that.
Yeah.
And like they were okay. It was okay with me making mistakes, and that's what really helped. But like by the end of my sophomore year, it was like I realized like I can actually take the sport
yeah.
somewhere. Like everyone had told me like, Samson, for like your first year playing, I was like really good and like I did really well. So that's when I thought, hey, maybe I can go to college for free, taking this route. But I did end up like playing basketball my sophomore year. But like it just wasn't the same.
Was
like,
the school as good in basketball and football, or was it like the second school in Boston a more like, do you know what I mean? Was it more towards football than basketball?
in like the New England area and Boston area, I'd say like basketball was definitely like more known than football. And like my school, we had just won like our league the year before. So I'd say like it's kind of close, but like
you was balancing both sports at the same time. Okay,
yeah. So like I went to start playing basketball, and I was like, I didn't find as much fun as I did playing like football. Like like the adrenaline you get playing football, like it sounds crazy because you are just like smashing into people.
Someone,
but like that type of adrenaline rush you get from doing that is like you can't replicate it in basketball because
in basketball I feel like with basketball you kind of don't really want too much adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you kind of need to be at calm, try to catch a flow state wherever it is. But I feel like with football you can really get hyped up type thing.
Yeah, you're on constant go. Like the QB like snaps the ball, you're on go, and like you're going like as quick as you can. It's like all explosive movements. But like basketball, like you're running a play, you're maybe watching someone take 20 shots a game, and maybe like you're not taking as many shots. Is like a very different game. And like after playing my first football season, going into basketball, I was just like, that's when I kind of realized like, hey, maybe like football might be for me. Like I just found it way more fun. So like after my sophomore year of playing basketball, I realized I'm gonna start taking this seriously. So like that's when I started lifting with my teammate Tommy, and like we started working out together. And I was like taking it seriously because I was like, okay, I need to get recruited now. Like if I want to take this seriously. So like the end of my sophomore year, entering my junior summer, I went to a couple camps. I went to a Duke camp, Wake Forest, the Boston College camp, and like I didn't get any offers after that camp. After those camps, but like the coaches like
they kept an eye on you.
They kept an eye on me, and they said like, okay, we'll watch out for you, because they knew it was my first season playing, and they knew I was like a raw talent. So they were like, okay, keep working, and we'll see you after your junior year. And like after my junior year, I had a good year, like a really good year, and it kind of like exploded my recruiting.
Everything just kind of rocketed and went up.
So that's kind of how I made the switch into American football. It was kind of like something I just realized, okay, I could take this far, and like if I like seriously like push myself, like I'll be able to like get recruited.
But now I have a question. Forget what the supporters are saying. I got a question. Being someone in year 10, how did you like influence your parents? 'Cause I know there's a lot of kids out there that want to do the same thing. They want to leave early. They want to leave in year 9, year 10, year 11.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get your parents to come around and make the big jump of you moving to the States by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I owe everything to my parents, because I speak to families in America and like parents, and they just couldn't imagine. I speak to any parent, and they couldn't imagine sending their kid like
how many hours across the world?
7 hours to a different continent, and like your kid's basically gone for most of the year. But yeah, it took a lot of convincing. But like my parents saw like how like passionate I was about it, and like how seriously I took the sport. Like especially like this was like COVID times, like when I was in year 10. So like every day I was like outside just like hooping by myself, just playing by myself, like working on my handles, and like I wasn't proving it to them that like I really wanted to do this, but like for myself, I like really wanted to do this, and I knew that
badly,
it was something I really wanted to take seriously. And like once my parents saw that and like saw how much I wanted it, they would like always help me like pursue wherever I wanted to pursue. But like it definitely was difficult at first. Like obviously no mom wants to like let their kid go at like 15, but yeah, again, I'm just grateful for them, because I know not many parents would allow their kid to like do something like that, because again, it takes a lot of trust, because like
it does take a lot of trust.
Yeah, because it can go completely south. Like I wouldn't recommend like everyone to like try leave just your house early, at 15 to go to a different continent. It's not gonna work out. You really do have to like take it really seriously, because there definitely is gonna be some hard parts about being away from your family like most of the year. Like you see your family maybe like twice a year, maybe Christmas and like during the summer. It's
that's
like
it.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of maturity, definitely.
Yeah, it takes definitely a lot of maturity, because like your parents aren't there. Like you can like pretty much like you live.
Do anything you want, because it's a big jump where nowadays when you really look at a 15-year-old, like you're not gonna think that like this 50, you can trust a 15-year-old to just go across and do whatever.
Yeah.
But for you to be able to do that and be mature about it is probably a big jump.
Yeah, I definitely say like maturity is the big is the big thing, because like you always have to constantly remind yourself like why you're here, because like obviously there's like kids partying and there's kids doing whatever in America, but like their parents, like they live there, and like they're there to easily look after them. But like coming from London, it's like I always have to constantly remind myself like what I'm doing, why I'm here, and you just have to be like way more cautious, because it's like it's not like you're living by yourself, but like a lot of the responsibility is on you now. And you have to, like, no one's going to tell you to, like, do this, do that. Like, you have to do it yourself and push yourself.
That probably played a big factor, knowing that, like, you really had to lock in and understand that I'm here for, at the time, basketball.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people who want to do the same jump, the second they get a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
And it's normal, it's a human thing, but the second you get a bit of freedom and there's no parent on your back telling you, like, you don't have to do this no more, do that.
Mm-hmm.
The parties and stuff, they'd probably want to go to it.
Yeah.
But for you, like, what was it? Was it a thing where, be honest, was it a thing where you wanted to go to parties or you would go to them, or would it be a thing where you wanted to go to parties and you wouldn't go because you knew what your priorities were?
Yeah. So like probably like my freshman year, like I probably went to like 0 parties, like
zero.
Yeah, I didn't go to a single one. Mainly due to like the location of where my school was. Again, like you couldn't really
the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere. So like on the weekends, I'm just basically like hooping the whole day. Like the gym was free. They had like a gun, so like I'm constantly shooting on the gun and stuff like that with the team, and just like working out. So like that's what really pushed me, because it's like there's nothing else to do. Like it's not like there's a party down the road. We're like in the middle of the woods.
Literally just in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
So like I didn't party. That wasn't like a thing my freshman year. I was just really focused, and I feel like that definitely did help, because like it got to a point where I was trying so hard and I was like putting so many hours in, like, and I'm like still not playing. It's like, well, what am I doing this for? It feels like you're not getting rewarded. But like I still kept on pushing. I just still kept on working. So like you do learn to how like build a level of discipline. But like especially my sophomore year, my junior year, now moving to Boston, where like it's a 5-day week of boarding. So like I board at school for 5 days. The weekends I'm more free. I'm at my aunt's house. I can go to a friend's house.
But the rest of the week you can't leave the boarding school?
Yeah. I mean you can, but like you have to like fill out like a request to leave and stuff. So it's definitely more like
all these other things.
Yeah, but like now it's kind of like, or like the past 2 years where I've had a bit more freedom. Again, it's just been like thinking about like why I'm here, like what I wanted to do. So it's kind of like, again, I'm just working out on the weekends, trying to like focus and like get to the sport where I'm getting recruited.
So you're really like head down and just keeping your mind on the goal and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But then like, how do you balance that? Like, how do you really balance the what's the word? Like, you really want to strive to be good in your sport, but also try to be a human at the end of the day.
Yeah, like the social life is definitely something that's difficult to balance. I mean, I would like hang out with my friends and stuff like that, but like it's like nothing crazy. It's not like going on like a bender, like drinking like loads of alcohol and like doing like crazy drugs and stuff like that. It's like I'm like in control of my own actions. Again, like my parents aren't like there to tell me, oh, you can't like do this, you can't do that. So it's like it's all like my decision. So it's like, well, every like action has like consequences, and like it's kind of like you have to think like about your future and like every decision you make. So it's kind of like, again, I'd hang out with my friends and stuff like that, but that's probably like the most socializing I would do is like.
But anything else like parties and that you trying to avoid, because you were just being, it seems to me like in these past how many years you've been real mature about every decision you made. And like, to be honest, you've been a machine since you were young. Like, even in practices and anything, you was just head down, just grinding at it. So
yeah, I mean, it's just something like I don't know. It's just something like you either have or you don't. It's like it depends on how badly you want, wherever you want. But like, yeah, especially my sophomore year when I switched to football, like there's kids that have been playing football since like they came out of the womb. They've done it their whole life. So me coming in as like a 16-year-old trying to like
only first starting your journey.
Yeah, 1 year of playing football, and I'm now trying to get recruited to go to like a Power 5, Power 4 school. It's like I knew how much work it had to take, because there's literally people that have been doing it their whole life. So like it felt like I was playing catch up, and that's kind of what motivated me to like
Want to do better.
Yeah, do better, and the workouts and stuff, like especially at the camps, like those are like high pressure like situations, like these people like evaluating you, and like if you perform bad at like one of these coach camps, it's like you're kind of like off their list. It's like you perform bad.
Sorry, bro, what's a power 4, power 5? Someone who doesn't play like that deep into sports, I don't really know.
So like the top level of like FBS like football, or like college football, like the top level division.
So like Division 1, Division 2 type thing. Yeah.
So it was power 5, now it's power 4. That's when you have like the ACC, the SEC, Big Ten. Used to be Pac-12, no longer a thing, but Big Ten. So like that's when you see like the big schools, like the Big Ten has like Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. The ACC have like Clemson, Duke, Florida State, UNC.
So all of these big schools, that's what a power 5 and power 4 is.
Yeah. So those are like the big schools, and that's like, if you're talking about Division 1, those are like the schools you're aiming for. And personally, those are the schools I was aiming for. So yeah, that's what that is.
Okay. Another question now is that the difference between basketball training and football training. Like, could you find a way to balance it? Was it a thing like, because I understand whenever I watch on, and I know everyone can back me up who's ever was watching, but when you look at social media and an American football player, them boys are pushing weight.
Yeah.
And I don't know about in basketball, but the way we did it back in college, for me, we would do more like nothing too heavy, but enough to so you don't feel too heavy, too strong.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's like when you're shooting a basketball and you just lifted, you can't shoot a basketball. But like when I watch American football, it's like you boys are just pushing like crazy weight.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between your basketball training in the gym and on the court?
Yeah.
And how did it help you, or the differences between American football and stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, when I first started playing football, I was probably like, I don't know kg. I'd just say pounds. I was probably like 250.
I was. This guy's turned American. Yeah, go on.
I was like 215 pounds, and like now I'm like 240 now. So like, you just have to gain weight to play the sport. You can't play at like, there's some people that play at like a low weight, but it's just like.
But it depends on the position, no?
Yeah, it depends on the position. Like, my position, like defensive end or like lineman, you have to be like pushing heavy weight and stuff. You're pushing big people around. But probably like a wide receiver or like a cornerback, like again, like you don't have to be too. It's more about like explosiveness and speed for them than like pushing heavy weight. But like, it's kind of like a safety thing. Like, you don't want to just like walk on the football, like
just get completely
on the field.
Crumpled,
you don't want to be like a twig out there, like you're gonna get killed. So yeah. It's kind of just a strength thing. Like football, like probably like the two things that are most important is just like strength and like speed, and like just athleticism in general. Like if you're athletic, you can play football, like without a doubt.
No doubt.
But like basketball, I'd probably say it takes more skill. You have to like good hand-eye coordination. Like it takes a lot more basketball. So like that's what helped me. It was such an easy transition because it's like I was already kind of like athletic. So it was mainly just learning the game for me. But yeah, you definitely have to push more weight. Basketball, like we barely lifted. If
basketball, you could just play, but I feel like the transition must have been a lot easier for you compared to someone who just started playing football without no other like past in sport.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's easier to pick up football than basketball, for sure.
So handle this debate. Which sport requires more? Because there's always a debate that football's more tiring than basketball. As in, like, soccer for anyone that's listening from America.
Okay.
Soccer's are more difficult than basketball in terms of like how it is physically. But then for football and basketball, handle the debate. Because you've played both. Which one's more physically demanding? See, like the thing is, like football, it builds up. Like the first quarter, like the first half, you're feeling fine, but like it gets to like the end of the game, you're moving, you feel so much slower. Your whole body feels like way heavier, and like, but like basketball is that you're just like sprinting up. I'd probably say basketball because you're literally just sprinting. It's like so it's actually basketball.
Yeah, I say
everyone just heard that as basketball. Yeah,
I say because you're just sprinting. Like especially if you're playing like high minutes, you're literally just going up and down, and like the speed that they play at in America, where it's just up and down.
Change of pace as well. So 1 second you're literally you could just be walking for a second Then the next second you're sprinting back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah.
How
The
many
fast
up and
breaks,
downs, yeah.
the pace of the game is like so much quicker compared to like Europe. Is like it's crazy. Like when you start playing, it's like you realize like, oh, like this is different. But yeah, but football is still tiring. Like and
Yeah,
it
100%.
definitely weighs down like on your muscles more. Like we play once a week, like every Saturday. But like basketball, you could play like multiple games a week. But in the moment, I'd say like basketball, especially if you hadn't played basketball like in a while, like going from like football to like basketball, like I was
Trained.
trained.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like running and I'm out of breath. I'm like gasping for air. It's like it's definitely different.
Okay, but then now, was there any moments that led to your decision? Was there any moments where you doubted or you felt like you regretted your decision of going from basketball to football?
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Especially like once I like realized like like the improvements I was making like every week and like every month, I was like, I just knew that it was like coming. Like the recruitment was gonna pick up at some point. But like especially like where I am now, like being able to go to Duke and school like Duke is
Yeah.
like I don't I don't think I would have
Nothing changed
yeah.
anything. But do you ever feel like it's a thing where you wish you started earlier, or you wish you didn't, or do you think it was perfect timing? Like,
I think it was perfect timing because
Yeah.
like everything just worked out so perfectly. Like being able to go to Belmont Hill and being like put in a position where I could like learn a new sport and like there's like no pressure to make a mistake in a game and like to really just like hone into the sport and just learn more about the sport. That really helped because like I didn't have a single offer until like the 1st of December is when I got my first offer, and like within like a month or two I was like I had probably like 14 like offers. It was like crazy for me. So like it's definitely something I wouldn't regret because it's opened like doors and opportunities that like I don't think I would have gotten playing basketball at all. Like no matter how hard I worked, it's opened like a different like level of opportunities for me. So it's definitely something I would never regret.
so you think basketball England, or just basketball in the UK in general, had a big impact on you making it to where you are now? Like, was there anyone specifically? Like, I know there's a lot of programs out there, and here in the UK, there's a big basketball UK culture.
Yeah.
So was there anything or anyone that helped you a lot, will you think?
Definitely the coaches at RDF, like Coach Lamar and Coach Stefan,
Yeah, come
they
on,
helped
Lamar,
out
yeah.
a lot. Obviously Coach
Stephen, yeah.
Stephen, at Young Bloods, that was again just life changing stuff. And then even when you get to like the national level, like on the 16 Coach Troy, he was again like a big leader for me, and like someone like I really did learn a lot from him. But like yeah, at like every different stage, it's like probably like loads of coaches I can name that have like helped me get to like where I am today. And like ultimately, like I wouldn't be able to like play American football if it wasn't for basketball. Like I wouldn't have gone to America if I never played basketball. So like everything, I feel like everything's like happened for a reason, and like everything's like kind of just like been a stepping stone for me. The stuff I learned playing basketball, I still use in playing football, like just like the different like mental like aspects of it.
Of everything, yeah.
So yeah, yeah, there's been loads of people, loads of coaches.
Okay, but then for someone else out there now who's probably in the same shoes as you was a couple of years ago, or 2 years ago at least, in terms of wanting to make a switch in sports. So you might have, if we're gonna link to someone from this country, someone who's playing football now, like as in soccer, sorry bro.
Yeah.
Someone who's playing soccer right now, and to basketball. Like, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
I mean, so they want to stop playing like soccer and they want to switch to basketball. Oh, I mean, if it's something you want to do, you have to do it. I feel like that applies to anything in life. Like if there's something you really want to do, you have to try and do it, because like if it's gonna bring you happiness, then like you have to pursue it. But yeah, going from like soccer to basketball, I'd say of course like try it if it's what you really want to do. Soccer definitely is the main sport here. It's definitely like the money making sport here. So like again, obviously give it a try. But like I wouldn't tell someone not to play like basketball, do something they want to do.
But on the mental side of it, like there must have been some area where you was fighting yourself, because you remember when you told me at the start, you were saying, oh, it's difficult to because people are telling you want to do American football, but you wanted to do basketball.
Yeah.
Like, what did you do to make that final push, or does it like involve like a coach? Because I understand it was your coach that told you, you're gonna come try out. So
it's kind of like me just break it down a barrel, like just like saying like, why not give it a try? Like I'm holding myself back, not trying to like. I'm still be able to play basketball. It's like
just being open to it.
Yeah, it's just 2 different seasons. Like there's I'm not gonna lose out on anything giving this a try. I can only probably gain something. So yeah, I'm saying like I think that was like a really big decision for me, and I'm again really glad I made that decision. It's kind of just being open to like trying new things, because you never know what opportunities like it can open for you. So yeah, it's kind of just not being scared to try new things, because like it's like different and new at the time, but it's like you can't be scared. Yeah.
But did social media play a big part in all of this?
No, I mean kind of, because like it's kind of like D1 and bust. That's the kind of like mentality people have. It's like, oh, if you don't go D1, oh, you're a failure. So to me, it was kind of like, I wanted to go D1, so it's like, it would be like wherever sport it is, I would want to go D1 and have like my school paid for, like whether it was like rowing or like badminton, like anything, any sport, like I'd want to go D1. So like when I realized that, hey, like maybe football can be the sport that helps me get my college paid for, like I'm gonna do it.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know I understand that. Did you use anything like Twitter or anything to help you with? A lot of basketball players, they use Twitter now to get their clips out there, to get coaches. So did social media play a big thing? And if it did, like, to anyone else out there, would you recommend them using social media or building a face for themselves?
Like getting from London to America? Or just in general?
In terms of like sport.
Oh yeah, in terms of like my like recruiting or anything, like my football recruiting, it was always all on Twitter, like where I spoke to coaches, where I put my tape out, like my highlight tape, and like would post any like workouts I do. It would all be through Twitter. That's where the coaches are, even for basketball. Like I've spoken to coaches and they spend like hours just on Twitter, and like they literally hire people to like spend hours on Twitter looking for talent and like stuff like that. So definitely like Twitter, that's probably the main space that like coaches use, like for recruiting and finding players.
So being from all the way across the world in America, how is basketball in the UK looking? Be real. Like I know I've heard some people tell me like, it's not looking good this thing, but I want to know your opinion. Like
I wouldn't say it's not looking good. Like there's definitely like a lot of talent here, and I feel like.
But in terms of the whole culture, do you think basketball in the UK is evolving or?
Yeah. When people ask me about it in America, I say it's a growing sport. It's definitely like is a sport that a lot of young people are playing. They just need like probably like something to look up to, and like in America, like if you're playing basketball, it's like, oh, I want to play in the NBA. Like I want to play in the NBA. Like if you're probably like someone in Europe, it's like, oh, I want to play in the EuroLeague. I feel like there should be like something that kids here look up to, like, oh, I want to play for like the British Basketball League, and like it's something that's really attractive to them, whether like it can make them financially stable, like it could be like a real like career path for them. So it doesn't have to be, oh, I have to go to America so I can go to college, then maybe get my dream of playing like professionally somewhere. So I'd say there's a lot of like talent here for sure that are playing like high level basketball, and that can definitely like make it and like do something with the sport. It's kind of like they just need to be given the opportunity, whether it is in America or whether it's staying here and like going through like the like talent program that they have here. But yeah, I wouldn't say like, oh, it's like
it's stagnant. You say it's always evolving.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but then so linking to what you just said about the whole basketball in the UK, is there anyone you looked up to on the start of your journey?
Yeah.
And like, how did they play a big factor for you? So like I don't want to use the word idolize, but yeah, who you looked up to at the start, and how did they play a big impact for you?
As soon as I joined the team, was probably like I wouldn't say idolized, but a player that I like looked up to was probably Sultan. Again, you probably know
Sultan from our team.
You probably know him really well, but like the way he played and stuff like that was like something I'd try to like play and like try like mold my game into something like him. And like he went to America before me, like probably the year before I did. So I was probably trying to like, he was probably the person I was trying to like mold my game after and like go to America like he did. So he's probably like the one that like, I wouldn't say like inspired me, but like made me had a feeling like, oh, I can do this. I can go to America and like,
Can actually follow in his footsteps.
yeah. So I'd probably be him again, practicing with him and stuff like that. It was great practicing with him. So I'd probably say he was the one, because even he played for the national team, and even like the Great Britain team. So like I'd probably say it was him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Like Sultan was
Nah.
Sultan was just crazy.
Nah, yeah, especially playing here like the under 6. Yeah, he was like just killing people. It was crazy.
So before we wrap this up,
Yeah.
I'm sure the fans, everyone want to know this. Bro, what's next?
What's next? So yeah, I just finished my junior year. I'm probably going to go into my senior year. I'm already committed. So like,
Committed to Duke, right?
yeah, Duke University.
Bro, Duke is crazy. Like,
Yeah. I had loads of other options like Ivy School leagues and like other like powerful schools, but like I felt like Duke was like the perfect place for me. It's like the perfect balance of playing like high level football and like getting like one of the best degrees you can get in America. So like that's all sorted, so that feels great. So like my senior year is kind of like I'm just working to like have a really good senior season, like win our league and like win a bowl game with my team. Just finish out the year strong, and then next June move into Duke and like start my whole college journey, which is going to be.
So it looks like you got a lot in front of you.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
definitely.
just so much to push towards.
Yeah. There's definitely like a lot to look forward to, and like I'm really excited to get started at Duke. I went on an official visit like last month, and it was great. I just want to get started there. But yeah,
just get it going. But on a really quick one, bro.
Yeah.
One piece of advice that you wish you had sooner.
Again, it's probably being open to new things. I don't know what would have happened if I started playing football my freshman year, but like kind of just being open to like try new things, no matter what it is, because like again, it can open like crazy doors for you, because like I don't think I would have been in this like position to go to such a like prestigious school if it wasn't for me like making that decision to like switch to football and give it a try. So like yeah, definitely being open to try new things, and like once you have like a passion for something, to really like pursue it, because like I mean, what else is there to live for?
Head down till you come up.
Yeah.
But bro,
yeah,
it was a pleasure having you on here today.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Guys, that's the end of this episode of Hoop2Hoop. I'm Kyle, and this is Samson.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
Again, just thank you for having me. Thank you guys for listening. I hope this was good.
Yeah.
I hope this was good. It was fun.
Yeah, peace.